All right, all right, all right. Well, I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening. I'm gonna make sure I go ahead and record this. Perfect. All right, we're up and rolling. Okay, guys. Well, I'm not gonna spend or waste any much of you guys' time. I really value every minute it is that you guys are willing to spend on here with us today. So I appreciate that, and I want to open up any call like I do with just always being grateful for what it is that we have here. Gratitude is the seed for growth, and it allows us to be able to create more that it is that we want out of our lives. So I'm always grateful, and I'm excited to have all of you here on today. So let's jump right into it. What is it that we're trying to accomplish? Well, my name is Donta Lewis. I'm from Philadelphia, but I currently live in the Atlanta area right now. And about 4 years ago, I kind of got like a rough wake-up call to the fact that you need to be having or figuring out a way to have multiple streams of income. I kind of went all in on the job aspect of things. About 6 years ago, I went from being just like a regular server in a restaurant all the way to being a general manager in less than 2 years. And I was really excited about the opportunity to be able to have some kind of corporate security and some backing to the work it is that I was doing. And I ended up being like one of the best employees they had. I was working 60, 70-hour weeks. I had a really, really good salary, and I was excited about what it is that I had and kind of the picture that they had painted for me in the future. And I really saw myself being a part of that because I work hard at anything that I do. So for me, it was really about security and that opportunity and the time. And the owners that were of the restaurant, they went and sold it and actually laid off all the managers. So I got a really, really cold wake-up call, and everything that I thought I was working for was immediately taken away from me from something that I really didn't do. And it made me wake up immediately to the fact that that during the time while I had the job, that I didn't do the correct things to prepare myself for that moment to happen. And a lot of my family members were like, "Oh, Donta, you should be mad at them. Like they screwed you over, blah, 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 blah." And I don't operate at a point of blaming anybody for something that happens in Dante's life. I'm responsible for what happens in Dante's life. And I was getting plenty of checks before they laid me off that I should have been making better decisions with had I been known or had access to more and better resources that I didn't. So now I really take it as a responsibility to go out of my way to push this message and to really expose people to resources like this, because there's 100% individuals that were in situations like me or that are going to be in the situations like I was that need a vehicle to be prepared for. The world just had 45 million people in America right now that don't have jobs. So this is a real thing that's happening. And what we're trying to do here at A Warrior Prime is prepare you for the reality of what can happen in the world. So right now, let's be honest with yourself. What's your plan? Because the game plan as far as the overall scheme and the general public of life is going something like go to college, get a job, work till you're 65, then retire, and then the life expectancy age is 76. So you're expected to live 11 years of your life retired and enjoy it then while working 40, 50 hours a week throughout the majority of the prime of your life. That's the plan that's really given for you right now if you don't have one currently in your head. So what you need to be doing is opening your eyes and trying to find resources and understand that the systems, if you're not finding a way to speed up, like some people don't even know what inflation is. Inflation, it increases by about 3% every year in America. And what inflation is that every single day, your money that you have in your pocket is less valuable. What does that mean, Donta? Okay, well, if you have, let's say, you ever heard somebody like who's older than you, maybe a generation or two up, be like, well, back in my day, bread was $1, or, you know what I mean, gas. My mom used to tell me, Donta, gas used to be under $1, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if it was under $1 then, why is it $2.89 right now, or whatever it is right now? And that's because of inflation. So every year, goods and services and things get more expensive. And if you don't have a way to have your money being able to grow, let's say if you got 50K in the bank today, and then next year you have 50K in the bank, your 50K is actually of less value. So if you haven't done anything to be able to grow that money in this time or be able to figure out another resource to add to it, you're actually losing money by staying the same, by staying afloat. And a lot of our goals that we usually have, most people, their goal is to stay afloat as opposed to get ahead, because you're not realizing that being afloat isn't enough, because as soon as something pops your tire or puts a hole in your balloon, you're going all the way down without anything to grab onto. So what if there was a way to be able to learn how to make money while still being able to have the time? I know a lot of individuals who have six-figure plus incomes, but don't necessarily have the time to be able to enjoy it. So the goal isn't to have one job that's bringing you all this money if you got to spend all your time there. The goal is to be able to have income coming in to be able to then facilitate the lifestyle it is that you desire while being able to enjoy the things that it is that you want. For me, I would rather have the ability and the time freedom. Like Jason always says this, that it doesn't matter how much money you make, you can't buy 10 minutes ago. I can't buy the last moments that I have with my grandfather. I can't buy the last moments I have with my cousin before he passed. Like, those moments are invaluable. So you got to realize that your time is valuable and that you should be doing things to free up your time, not necessarily make more income, if that makes sense. So it's not really necessarily how much you earn, but what it is that you have to do to be able to earn it. So it's all about working smarter as opposed to just putting in more hours and working harder. Now, what it is that we're doing here at Avoya Prime, who's involved with this project. These are the corporate owners that are of this project, a part of this company. This is Mr. Sal Leto. He is the chief networking officer. He's kind of like the head coach. He really is your point reference that you're going to see on a lot of different like videos, and as far as company material that's going out to the field usually comes from him. But we have some real geniuses behind the scene as well. One of my favorite corporate members that I always like to bring up is Mr. Stephen Vetterall. I don't know about you guys, but Stephen Vetterall is a licensed financial advisor, meaning that when people want to decide, okay, I want to plan for the future, I want to figure out how I'm going to get ahead, they go to guys like Stephen Vetterall, and he then charges them XXX, whatever it is per hour. If you Google right now, what do a financial advisor charge? They charge usually between $300 and $400 per hour. So he would charge an individual that and then tell them smart decisions to do on how to make money. He is a part of our corporate staff, meaning that the whole foundation and the basis of what it is that we have here is to be able to do what it is that he was already doing in his career, but expedite that and allow that to be for the regular, average, everyday person. So it's really great to have a corporate team that's really just solid. Everybody has their own roles. We can get into all the details of what everybody does at another time. But what we're doing is helping people be able to potentially make more money inside the foreign exchange markets. That's really what it is. So if you don't know what Forex is, I really advise that you listen closely real quick. Forex, if you've never been, for the majority of us, we've probably been outside of whatever country you live in before, meaning that you know that there's other countries out there that do not use the same currency as you do. Like right now, I live in America, but a few months ago, I was in London, and I happened to actually bring this back with me. So this is a Great British pound. This is worth 10, it's actually 10 pounds. And the fact that I don't even have a dollar, I think I do have a dollar sitting down here. Like these differences here, a US dollar and the currency that they use over in London in the UK are completely different, and they have different values that fluctuate on a day-to-day basis. So when I went to London, let's say I took $1,000 with me, $1,000 cash, and I went and exchanged that for pounds when I went to the airport. I have a lot of friends in London, so it's very likely that I could have gotten taken care of. Let's say that when I hung out with some of my guys and they took care of everything for me when I was out there. So now I have this 1,000 pounds or I have this $1,000 worth of pounds in my pocket right now, and I don't spend any of it. When I come back home to America, I can't spend this here. That's why it's been sitting on my desk for 4 or 5 months. So I will have to go and exchange these pounds back for dollars, which I actually didn't do. But you would exchange the pounds back for dollars, and you're not going to get back $1,000 even. You might get like $1,100. You might get like $900, depending on the values of the currencies while that's going on, while that week had transpired where you had the currencies exchanged. So what does that mean? Why is that good for you? What's great about Forex is that it is the largest financial market in the entire world. The stock market is very publicized and a lot of people know about it, but it is a pond compared to an ocean. We're talking about how much money is involved compared to the foreign exchange market. One of the things I love the most about Forex is that your money is liquid. So if you compare this to other investment opportunities that, let's say, Stephen Vetterall will probably be referring to people in his post-career, IRAs, mutual funds, CDs, like long-term investment styles, long-term investment strategies, for the most part, your money is not accessible. If you put your money in a 401k or IRA, you will get penalized for trying to withdraw your money prior to you being 55 or 65, whatever the age is, I don't even know, but you get penalized on money that you put into these vehicles. And what's crazy is that they're using your money to be able to grow it so that way they can make money. Same way that you go put your money into your bank, your savings account, whatever it is, you're giving them your money for them to give you 1, 2, 3, whatever it is % back every year. And then for them to go move your money around in different ways, for them to make a whole bunch of money on it and to give you pennies. And we deal with that. We accept that because it's out of ignorance. You don't really think about what's actually happening. They are using your money for what you could be using your money for, which is to make more money with it, to free up your time. And that's what I love about Forex, is that it allows anybody to participate. There's no background checks or drug tests or any of that. Anybody can get inside and be able to participate in the markets if they're willing to be able to learn and to go through a process to be able to get better and to pick up this skill set of trading. Now, before we get into some of the details of what it is that we have to go into our disclaimer. And anytime that you're talking about any form of investing, Forex is not like a get rich quick kind of a thing. You 100% can lose money in Forex if you don't do the proper things and absolute and utilize proper risk management. There are a lot of people who get in Forex without proper mentorship that don't have great experiences, which is why we're bringing a platform like this together. So that way this makes Forex as easy as possible for the regular individual. Now, so what is it that we have? What are our products? Well, we understand that most people who try to get involved in trading have difficulty in emotional control, okay? And that is a thing that's common across the human race worldwide. So what we've done is we've combined artificial intelligence with trading. Artificial intelligence, AI. No, not like iRobot, more like Siri, Alexa, and the self-checkout line when you go to Walmart nowadays. So AI is a part of our everyday lives, whether like you are aware of it or not. It is becoming more prevalent on a day-to-day basis. You'll notice even like when you call into a call center, and as opposed to a lady picking up or a gentleman picking up, now it's if you have this problem, press this, or they try to talk to you on, like, you know what I mean? The AI tries to listen to your problem and respond to send you wherever it is you need to go without you actually having to talk to a human being. And that is because it gets the processes done quicker. There's no emotions involved, and it gets the job done. So what is it that we've done here is that we've created a system. We have vehicles, we have tools and resources that allow people to participate in trading with using AI as opposed to just all being on them. You can trade Forex without Avoria Prime, which is our company. The chances of you being successful in Forex long term without having a vehicle for mentorship and help is very, very slim to none. The reason why we are different is because we actually have US compliant tools of algorithms that great traders have basically put together and allow us now to bring to the marketplace. So if you're familiar with hedge funds are where very, very wealthy people invest their money, and then they have the gentlemen or people who are at the hedge funds be able to trade their money in different financial markets and things like that for it to be able to grow. The algorithms that were built into our softwares were traded on hedge funds for years, and then we were able to put it together in a platform that allows us to bring it to the public, which is why we're so excited about what it is that we have, because this has never been done before. And the reason that it's legal is because you're not giving your money to the company. So nobody is going and giving money to Avoria Prime. No, you're putting your money in your own Forex brokerage account and then using our softwares to be able to help you trade your own money at a much better rate than you'll be able to do it yourself. And you have complete control over how your software trades, meaning that I have some people who are very, very conservative with how they want to trade, and I have some people who want to put it all on black and trade very aggressive. And however it is that you want to trade is on you. I'm always going to push for people for the long conservative picture because that's just a natural style of investor I am, because I want to win. People who are too greedy are the individuals that end up losing. So if you can come in and understand that this is a long-term vehicle, this isn't a get rich quick, this is just a get rich faster than anything else that's out there. As long as you can have a patient mindset and really plug into these resources, it's incredible. So we have, if you live in America, you have to utilize a software called Alexander. Alexander has a one-click manual trading approval feature. So our algorithms are going to do like 90% of the trading once you actually set them up. But if you live in America, the government, we had to put in another feature for the customers to be able to acknowledge that they are happy with or accept what's going on their accounts. So when our software decides that it's going to be a great time to enter a trade based on the parameters that you set, you would then have to just hit OK whenever it sends you an alert for a trade, which is incredible. If you live outside of the United States, you have the ability to use Einstein, and Einstein is going to trade without you having to hit approve or OK for that last feature. So it's a little bit easier if you live outside the country, but regardless, it is a beautiful resource for you guys to be able to utilize to actually make money consistently long-term in Forex. On top of our softwares, we have our Forex education, which gives us a true earn and learn platform. So we have an education platform that will allow you to learn and get to get workbooks, and it has a kind of like a complete the ability to be able to take you from a beginning to an expert Forex trader. And we have a lot more coming with our education platform. So we have one of the best educators inside of the entire Forex world, and Daisy Duncan, who's the director of it. And we have so much more content that's coming out with our education soon, because we're gonna be the Netflix of this Forex space. So we're gonna be the Facebook of making money. Like, what we're trying to do is revolutionary, and we're only 110 days in, and it's so exciting. So what do you get out of becoming a customer of Avoria Prime? Like I mentioned earlier, your money stays in your broker account, so you are in control at all times. The software runs on a cloud, so meaning that you don't need to have high-speed internet to run it. You can just log into any web browser, Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, whatever you use, anywhere, and be able to have access to your product. meaning that you can do it right from your cell phone. And again, you have full control over your software settings. So if you want to be a little bit more aggressive or a little bit more conservative, you have those rights. Just learn how the software works, and then you're in complete control of how you want to use it. And the best part about this is that we have live coaching and education to help you, but we have thousands of customers who are already doing this. So you don't have to come into this. I know you might not actually understand all the details, and the person who got you on this call might not have broken everything down to you, but you can connect immediately as soon as you join to a community of people who have been doing this for some time. I know I said the company's only 110 days old or whatever that is, but that we've been using and testing these softwares out for over a year now. So we have some really, really incredible results that are going to help a lot of people. And you can start with what's called a demo account or test money, meaning that you can attach our softwares to fake money on, let's say, okay, cool, I got an extra $1,000 in my account I want to utilize for the software, $1,500 or whatever it is. You can use $1,500 of fake money and test out our softwares on fake money just to get confidence that it works before you be able to continue to use it month after month after month, which brings us to how much does it cost? Our software costs $267. And if you think about just what it is that we're actually doing, we're helping people compound their money on the month-by-month basis over and over again. And for $267, the minimum that I would use or any of our softwares with would be about $1,000. So you're looking at coming in and understanding that after you get a true trust that our software works in 2 or 3 weeks, that this is something that in the long term, and I'm going to show you guys a compound calculator in a second to really break down what the long-term vision is. But your first goal, your first responsibility is to worry about this, the 267, and getting in to test this thing out and to test it on demo. We actually have a 7-day refund period that comes with our product as well. So you can test it out for 7 days on fake money and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, you don't have to use it. This $189 per month, this is something that if you like our software and you want to use it again, or you want to use it for another month, you pay a $189 again. This is not a contract. There's no fear that we're going to lose any customers. Like literally there's a 7-day refund period, and there's no contract that locks you in for anything more than a month. So if you don't like our software, you don't have to use it anymore. That's how confident it is that we are that our products work. Or if you don't want to use pay the $189 a month, which most people do, you can utilize our 3 and free program, which allows you to be able to plug in 3 other individuals, and then not have to pay that $189 monthly fee, which then now allows you to compound your money over and over again without actually having to pay for the software, because you've referred 3 other people who clearly made a smart decision just like you did. So what's next is to get back to the person who shared this with you. They might be on the call already, and ask them some questions. Like ask them about maybe seeing some results, or how they use the software, or how other customers are using their software. Remember that we offer a 7-day trial that allows you to get started and try this out risk-free. One thing that I always want to show people that I wish somebody would have taught to me at an earlier age is this is called the compound calculator right here. So these numbers I've never seen before prior to getting involved with trading, because nobody ever teaches real money in schools. So you want your money. Albert Einstein, put a 1 in the chat box if you know who Albert Einstein is. Put a 1 in the chat box if you know who Albert Einstein is. I better see some ones. I'm gonna start praying for y'all right now. All right, cool. All right, couple people. Perfect. So Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world, meaning that it is absolutely incredible and undervalued because it's a wonder, meaning that nobody even really knows or talks about it that much. Compounding interest is the true way to wealth. I'm gonna show you right now. So let's say you would have a $1,000 account, and we're gonna do this as if you had 0 monthly contributions, meaning that you're not adding any money to this account. And we're going to look at this over a period of 5 years. If you look at any long-term investment plan, 401k, IRA, these plans are like you start them when you're 30, 35, and you don't get this money until you're 55, 60 type of time. So to compound that and to compress timeframes into a 5-year to a 5-year span is changing the game to be able to bring a 20, 30-year plan down into 5 years. So let's say that you didn't add any money to this account and you let it go for 5 years without adding any money to it. And it was to do at, let's say, 8% a month. At 8% a month, this account will go from $1,000 to over $100,000 by compounding. Now, this is not to say that your Forex account is going to go do 8% a month every single month. That's not what I'm saying. I'm showing you what's possible if you can allow your money to be able to compound consistently over time. So it's like, how am I going to get my money to move like that? Well, get back with whoever got you on this call and ask them to see their results and ask them to show you some other results of what it is our products are doing for people all across the world. This is literally just a small taste of what compound interest looks like. That's one example from $1,000. What if you added $100 to it every single month? By adding $100, meaning $25 every Friday to something that's growing at 8%, you're looking at over 200K in 5 years. There's what other plans are people talking about these numbers and are showing you real examples of this working for individuals. So it's something really exciting. I want you guys to think about that and to understand that if you don't have your money working for you, you are putting yourself behind on a day-to-day basis. You are losing money by not having your money working for you in some sort of way. So I appreciate everybody getting on this call. I hope you guys got some value, you got some nuggets out of this, and I'm looking forward to being able to see you guys all again tomorrow night. Enjoy your evening.